Hi there, I'm Suranga from English Win. Today, total immersion. That is, we are going to a story in complete English. So, even you feel that you cannot understand English generally, but when you listen to stories, storytelling is one of the ways that you can understand English basically. So, shall we go to the story? And that is Tiger's Tale. Once two friends, I have taken this book from the story. I've taken this story from some Sri Lankan folk tales of Aryadasa Uluwatte. Really good stories and nicely written. The Tiger's Tale. Once two friends, Jora and Gemma. You must have heard of Jora and Gemma. Jora, Gemma. In Sinhala stories, you have learned Jora and Gemma, about Jora and Gemma. Probably your fathers and mothers, your uncles, aunts, they must have heard of. Don't know whether you have heard of Jora and Gemma. It's quite familiar to us. Once two friends, Jora and Gemma, walked through the forest when they saw a tiger fast asleep. Once two friends, Jora and Gemma, they're talking about two friends. The names of the two friends are Jora and Gemma, walked through the forest. They were walking through the forest, going through the forest. Why do we say going through the forest? Through the forest is you find a lot of things around you. That is the 3D space. And you are going through that. Going through that means around you there should be something. Going through streets, going through forest, and through. If you are going through something, there should be things around you. So that's why. So this forest should be a dense, very thick forest. Clear. Once two friends, Jora and Gemma, walked through the forest when they saw a tiger fast asleep. They saw a tiger fast asleep. What is fast asleep? You cannot remove fast colors. If colors are fast, you can remove that. That is really hard to do that. Hard to remove. If somebody is fast asleep, sleeping, asleep means somebody is sleeping, he is asleep. He is asleep means he is sleeping. A fast asleep means you would find it very difficult for him to listen to you when you speak. That is it. Fast asleep. Once two friends, Jora and Gemma, walked through the forest, walking through the forest, when they saw a tiger fast asleep. Tiger was sleeping. Tiger was fast asleep. Jora had a hatchet. Hatchet is a sort of an instrument that we use. We use basically the hatchet to split things, just like when you chop firewood, you use axe, axe. So something like axe, but the blade is really big. Hatchet. I think that the handle is very short. Not very shorter when you think about the axe. When you compare the arm of the axe, this would be smaller, but it is really useful. People use them to kill animals, or to not to split, not to chop firewood. They use that for a different thing. Hatchet. I think you know what I mean. Fast. Jora had a hatchet. Jora had a hatchet in his hand. Jora and Gemma. Jora had a hatchet. Who had a hatchet? Jora had a hatchet. Jora had a hatchet in his hand. Gemma noticed that the tiger's tail projected under the aerial section of a big root. Gemma noticed. Gemma noticed means Gemma saw. That is so. Gemma noticed. Gemma noticed that the tiger's tail, you know what tail is? Projected. Projected means come out. For example, if something comes out of a wall or a surface, we call it is projected. Projecting means coming out of a surface or an edge. So, for example, projected balconies. Balconies project out. Projected out balconies from buildings. That is, they come out. Projected. Project means come out. Even when you think about multimedia projector or sort of projectors, what we do is the picture comes out of that. That is, picture is projecting onto the wall. Clear, yeah. Jorah had a hatchet in his hand. Jemma noticed that the tiger's tail projected under the aerial section of a big root. The tail projected, the tail comes out through under the aerial part of a big root. Aerial is air, adjective. Air is not an adjective. Airy is an adjective. Aerial is if something is in air, that is aerial. The environment of birds is aerial. Aerial is in air, basically aerial. If something is aerial, that is in air. So there are aerial roots. Aerial roots means the root comes out into air. Basically the roots go through soil. But there are times that roots come out of the ground. You can see sort of these things in mangrove environment, the Kadolana Parisari, mangrove environment, you would see that roots come out generally. There is a problem why mangrove plants send roots upwards, aerial roots. So aerial roots, we call them knee roots, just like your knee. Some roots come up and goes down. So there is a gap between the root and the ground. That is it, something like that. Under that, the tiger's tail has went through that and it comes out. That is, tiger's tail has projected going under the root. That is what they say. Tiger's tail projected under the aerial section of a big root. Jemma clutched the tiger's tail. Clutch. What do you mean by clutch? Hold tightly. Clutch. Clutch means holding tightly. Yeah. Jemma clutched the tiger's tail and asked Jorah to give a hard blow on the tiger's head. Who clutched the tiger's tail? Jemma clutched the tiger's tail. What do you mean by clutching? Clutching is holding tight. Jemma clutched the tiger's tail and asked Jorah to give a hard blow. Blow is short. Hard blow, not something soft. A hard blow. Hard blow on the tiger's head. Why is that? They wanted to kill the tiger. Tigers are really ferocious and dangerous. So they wanted to kill the tiger. So that's the reason why Jemma clutched the tiger's tail. Who clutched the tiger's tail? Jemma clutched the tiger's tail. The hatchet is with Jorah. Jemma clutched the tiger's tail and asked Jorah to give a hard blow on the tiger's head. Jemma wanted Jorah to give a hard blow on the tiger's head to kill the tiger. Jemma clutched the tiger's tail and asked Jorah to give a hard blow on the tiger's head with his hatchet. So the story is, here this part is basically the Jorah had the hatchet and Jemma had no hatchet. Jemma observed that the tiger's tail was going under a root and projected upwards, and then he clutched that tail and he wanted to kill the tiger. So he asked Jorah to give a hard shot on the tiger's head using with the hatchet. Yeah. Clutched the tiger's tail and asked Jorah to give a hard blow on the tiger's head with his hatchet. Jorah said. Now Jorah is wanted to give the shot, give the blow. And Jemma says, Jorah, kill the tiger, giving a hard shot on his head using your hatchet. And Jorah said, Ayyo, how can I give a blow on his head? I can't do that. Jorah said, Ayyo, how can I give a blow on his head? How can I give a blow on his head, tiger's head? He reminds me of my uncle who had long whiskers. I cannot do it. So Jorah is wanted to give a hard blow. But Jorah says, Ayyo, I cannot do that. How can I give a blow on his head? How can I give a blow on his head? He reminds me of means when I see something, when I hear something, I remember something special. For example, when I see small kids going to school, it reminds me of my childhood. It reminds me of my school days. Something reminds you of something means, so when you look at that, you remember things. You understand what I mean? Oh, it reminds me of my school days. It reminds me of the period I was at university, I would say. It reminds me of. What does Jorah say? Ayyo, how can I give a blow on his head? He reminds me of my uncle. He reminds me of my uncle. The courtier reminds me of my uncle. Do you think that uncle had pulli? No. Ayyo, how can I give a blow on his head? He reminds me of my uncle who had long whiskers. So I cannot do that. When I look at courtier, the courtier reminds me of my uncle. I remember my uncle who had whiskers, long whiskers. Whiskers mean something like this. I mean, not beard, very stiff, fiber-like hair on cats, rats, and other sort of animals. That is, you understand what I mean. So cats do have sort of a very long whiskers. That is, whisker is a fiber-like, straight, generally straight, hard, stiff hair. Yeah. Jorah said, Ayyo, I can't do that. How can I give a blow on his head? He reminds me of my uncle who had whiskers. I cannot do that. He's just like my uncle, he says. What can we do? Now, Jemma is in problem. Jemma is in difficulty. Jemma is in danger. Why? The reason is actually Jemma has clutched the tiger's tail. So that was really dangerous. That was really risky. So Jemma cannot release the tiger. If Jemma releases tiger's tail, what would happen? You understand? The tiger will definitely kill Jemma. Jorah was really cunning, crafty. Jorah said, "Oh, I cannot do that because I generally it reminds me of my uncle." Ah, yeah. Then Jemma had a plan. Jemma had a brainwave. Brainwave means a plan. Jemma said, "Well, if you can't give him the blow, yeah, okay, Jemma, it's okay. I know that when you look at the tiger, it reminds you of your uncle. It's okay. It's okay, Jemma. Don't worry. I know that when you look at the tiger reminds you of your uncles. So I know that it is very difficult for you to kill this tiger because it is just like your uncle. So, well, if you can't give him the blow, just lend me your hatchet. So please give me your hatchet then. I'll do the job. Please, just lend me your hatchet and hold this tail a while. Tail a while, for a short time. For a while means for a short time. Well, if you can't give him the blow, just lend me your hatchet. Give me your hatchet. You are having a hatchet? Please give me your hatchet. Give me your axe-like gadget. Give me your hatchet and hold this tail a while. Hold this tail a while, for a short period of time. I'll do the job. Jorah gave the hatchet and held fast the tiger's tail. Jorah gave the hatchet. Jorah gave the hatchet to Jemma. Yeah, Jorah gave the hatchet to Jemma. Now the Jemma has to go in front of the tiger. That is really risky. The tiger would jump at what he can see. Clear? That the tiger jumps at what he can see. The tiger can see, not Jorah, but Jemma. So what happened? Jorah gave the hatchet and Jorah held fast the tiger's tail. First, Jemma did the work, clutching the tail. Now, Jorah clutching the tail. Clear? Jorah gave the hatchet and held fast the tiger's tail. Held means hold. Hold holds the bulb. Hold. We call holder a holder because it can hold. It can keep a bulb. It can, what do we say? It can keep a bulb in a position. Yeah, that is it. So hold means something like that. Holding. Yeah. Jorah gave the hatchet and held fast. Held fast. Fast means tight. The tiger's tail. Jemma took the hatchet. Who took the hatchet now? Jemma took the hatchet. First, Jorah had the hatchet. Now the Gemma had the hatchet. Gemma suggested, Jorah, if you cannot kill the tiger, give me your hatchet. I'll do the job. While I'm doing that, you just hold the tail. Yeah. Jorah gave the hatchet and held fast the tiger's tail. Gemma took the hatchet and hurried away, saying, hurried away, walked fast. He was going away, hurried away. What is hurry? I would say, I'm in a mighty hurry. Oh, now the time is 8:30. I'm in a mighty hurry. I have a class I have to attend to. So, I'm in a mighty hurry, I would say. I'm in a mighty hurry means I have no time. I have something to attend to. I have something to do. So, therefore, I should go now. Yeah, that is, I'm in a hurry. I would say, Machang, what about that party? Oh, excuse, I'll tell you, I'm in a hurry. I would say, I'm in a hurry, excuse me. I'm in a hurry. I'm in a mighty hurry, I would say. Mighty hurry means a big hurry. Tiger still took the hatchet and hurried away, saying, now uncle and nephew can settle their deals while I go away. Then Gemma, taking the hatchet, he did not go in front of the tiger. Instead, he went away. Now that guy is holding the tiger's tail. And Gemma said, now, uncle and nephew can settle. Uncle and nephew can settle. Uncle and nephew can settle. Nephew is your brother's son, your sister's son, or your wife's brother's son, or your wife's sister's son. You know what nephew is. Your brother's son, your brother's son, or your sister's son, your wife's brother or sister's son, that is nephew. Now they are uncle and nephew. The Kotia is the uncle, the Jorah is the nephew, as he says. So they can settle it because they are related, they are relatives, as they say. Oh. Now uncle and nephew can settle their deals while I go away. I'm going away. Now. This guy is uncle, you are the nephew, so you can settle the matter. So okay, that's okay. Bye. And he went away. So this is a very beautiful story. We are grateful to this gentleman. Some Sri Lankan folk tales. Folk tales is Janakatha. Folk tales. So it has 115 folk tales, but mostly the words and phrases that he has used is really good. Really good means they are not in general conversation. Go beyond that. That is it. So when we go to these stories, we learn a lot. Okay, that is it. So මට ඔබට කියන්න ඕනකම තියෙන්නේ ඔබ දකින්න ඕනි language production එක. ඒකින්ද මේ පොතේ තියෙන එක මම මේ කතාව ඔයාට කියලා තේරුම් කරලා දෙන එකේ කිසි ලොකු තේරුමක් නැහැ. මම එහෙම තේරුම් කරලා දීම ඒක spoken language එකක් වෙන්නේ නැහැ. ඔබ බලන්න ඕනි මේ කියා දෙන එක මම මෙතන ඉඳන් හදනවාද කියලා මොනවාර හිටි වෙන කවිය වගේ මේකේ දේවල්. එහෙම කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඒක තමයි ඔබ දකින්න ඕනි. ඔබ දකින්න ඕනි language වල තේරුම නෙමේ language production එක. Yeah. That is it. ඒකෙන්ද මම දැන් මේක කියා දෙන වෙලාවල් දැන් මට පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕනි අපි පස්සේව කරමු මේ කතාව වෙනින් විඩි වලට කරන්න. That is really good. ඉතින් ටයිම් වැඩි වෙන හින්දා තමයි අපි එහෙම කරන්න නැත්තේ දැන්. දැන් උදාහරණයක් විදිහට මේ කතාව මට පුළුවන් මේක කතන්දරයක් විදිහට conversation එකක් විදිහට යන්න. So I can make this a conversation if you want. So Jorah and Gemma story. Gemma. So why is that? Yeah. Gemma. Yes, Jorah. Do you see that forest? Yeah, I can see the forest. It's really thick forest, isn't it? Yeah, it's really thick forest, dense forest, lush one. Oh, shall we go into it? I would like to see what is inside. Yeah, that's a good idea. Shall we? Okay, I have this hatchet, Jorah says. I have this hatchet, Machan. Okay, no problem. If animals come, I would kill them, patapatas, and you don't want to worry about that. Animals and things like that. I can do that. Oh yeah, shall we go? No, they're walking. Ah, can you see a monkey? Yeah, not one monkey. You can see hundreds of monkeys everywhere. Ah, that is very beautiful. Did you notice that? Monkey. It has a sort of a red face. Don't know why monkey's face has become red. I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah. When I was learning at school, I learned in biology lessons red-faced monkeys, and probably must be a monkey of that sort. Ah, yeah, that is. What is that guy? It has a sort of ribbon-like that, ribbon-like structure. It's a tail, the bird. It's a tailor bird. No, not. It is not a tailor bird. Tailor bird is somebody weaving things, I think. I have no idea actually. I cannot remember what they have learned at school, just like learning English. So I cannot remember things that I have learned at school. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. What is that sound? Oh, that sound is not a good thing. That definitely should be of a pig or a leopard. Oh, no, that is not a leopard. Leopard's sound is basically of not that strong. But this one is really strong. Clear? Oh, that must be probably a tiger. Oh, yes. Can't you see that? There is a tiger over there. Tiger. Wonderful. How can we get away now? If we move, the tiger would kill us. No, don't worry, Machan. Can you see the tiger's tail has projected out, going through the root? I'll just try to hold it. I'll just try to catch it. I'll clutch it. Okay? So, Jora, you have to give a hard blow on his head. Okay? I'll try. Okay, I have clutched the tiger's tail. Jora, now I have clutched the tiger's tail. I can release this. Please give a hard blow, shot on his head. You want me to give him a shot, give him a hard blow on his head? Yes, Matsang, I am holding this tight. If I release this, he will kill us. Oh, but the problem is, Matsang, when I look at this tiger, he reminds me of my uncle Matsang and things like that. So, production of language, what is needed is production of language, not this explaining things away. Explaining things away. Anybody can do that. If you understand English, you can do that. The spoken language is completely different. You have to do things instantly. That is it. So I think you understand what I say. So therefore, go to programs, go to teachers, go to anybody. If you can see language production, that is it. If people are not producing language, maybe YouTube videos, maybe films, not films, maybe YouTube videos or whatever. If they read things, if they read from newspapers, if they read from stories, if they do things without producing their own version of it, in English I mean, not in singular, it is not a good thing for you to pick up the spoken language. So please subscribe, give us a like, and press the bell icon so that you will have my videos when I upload them, and share. Most importantly, comment. Even in singular or English, that's okay. Try your best to write something in English even though you find mistakes. Okay, bye.